I'm gonna start off with I am fantastic at making these videos. As you can tell, I really try, or something like that, right? Uh, but actually, today I want to do a little funny story because of one of the things that I'm struggling with the channel. Now, one of the big problems I'm having is actually not talking to the Nikon camera or talking into the Audio Technica microphone or even coming up with ideas necessarily. Like, all that seems pretty easy to me. The part that I struggle with at the moment is the idea on giving advice and the possibility that the advice isn't necessarily bad, but it's bad for that particular situation that you want to apply it to. So, you know, even though I may see it as really good or really helpful advice, the problem with it is that if it's not applied in the way that I think it should be applied, then it may not be as good of advice as I think it may be. And that's one of the big problems is that I'm sitting here trying to figure out, do I want this to be an advice channel versus do I want this to be more of like a, here's a situation that I was put in and here's how I resolve that situation. So in a way that's still advice, but then instead of you just getting my side of the I mean, you're still only getting my side of the story, but instead of you getting just, you know, the end result essentially and the 2020 vision on it, you actually get to be put in like my situational shoes, if that kind of makes sense. So one of the funny things that happened yesterday while I was working was a customer came in, and this was a long time customer. They've been here several times before, and she just had a little problem. She knew it was going to be something kind of silly, but it turned out to be a lot funnier than either of us anticipated it to be. So she comes in and she says that she's not able to send an email from her Windows 10 computer. It's like, all right, cool. So we open the laptop up, we turn it on. I was like, all right, show me how you would normally send an email. And this is a first step for me to figure out, what is their process? Because there's a million ways to send an email. None of them are really wrong. There's some that are better than others, obviously. But, if she's been doing it one way forever, then let's keep doing it that way. So she opens up her mail app and then she goes, all right. And then I click this button, and whatever the button was, it was like new message or something. And then when I used to click it before, it would open up a new, like, I don't know the fancy word for it now. But it would open up a space where she can actually write the message. So it would fill out the from field or the to field, and then the BCC field, the header or the subject line, and the body, and then you can send, attach, what all that fun stuff is. But now when she clicks it, it just puts the email, like it just shows her email address. And I looked at it for a second. It got me for about a split second, and then I realized what was happening. I kind of lost it in front of her. I thought it was really funny. So she added a second email address to the account. And so now when she clicks new message, instead of it just popping up ready to write a new message, it's actually asking what email address does it want her to send it from. I was like, oh, so this is now the new process that you have to go through because you have multiple email accounts. Uh, she was a little embarrassed, of course. Like, once you understand the situation, it is kind of funny sometimes. Thankfully, she found it funny, so kind of worked out for the best. Uh, and then, so you click the button to create a new message, and you click which email you want it to be sent from. So you can have it sent from your personal or your business or so on. And then it's just has how it's always been for. She put in the to field and the subject line and the body, attach her files, and send it off. Uh, and so here I have a over the counter fee, and that's just any fee that I charge for help over the counter. And this would have been considered an over the counter fee because it's something that fixes everything. It's pretty self explanatory, right? Uh, and I debated. I was like, is this worth charging her the minimum fee versus having this story and this kind of great experience? So I told her it was a whole 4 minutes out of my life, probably. And I didn't think that that was worth my minimum fee. Now, she still sent me off a nice little tip, which was nice. So it's not that I didn't get paid at all. It's just I didn't charge her the fee that I would have considered to be fair for a stranger. So if I had a one-off customer come in, I would have charged that fee for the one-off customer. But because this customer has been a continuous returning customer, not for any fault of mine or theirs, it's just technology problems happen to everyone. And they've been a good customer to me. And I assume, I hope, right, that I've been a good repair technician for them, that I would give them a break this time simply for the funny story of this. And so I'm curious on, even your opinion. Would you have charged them the minimum fee, or would you have just been like, oh no, don't worry about it, like I was? Easy 4 minutes, you're happy. I got a great story. I'm happy. I thought it was good. And, continue that customer business owner friendship, I guess, between people. But yeah, so that's one of the experiences I had yesterday, and I think I might try doing experience videos because those are a lot easier and they come a lot more often as I have to deal with people every day. But I have to work with people every day. And so this might, instead of me trying to come up with advice and be like, this is why you shouldn't charge your good customers on little things. Instead, this is more of this is why I don't charge my good customers on little things, because I know that when something bad happens to her computer, her screen cracks, she spills, soda on her keyboard, she'll be back and she'll be willing to pay the full price for the repair, because she knows I'm honest. She knows that I'm good at what I do, and there's the more higher level of trust for the bigger jobs. So she's not going to count every second. She's not going to be one of the customers that's, so when are you going to order the part? All right, can I get the shipping tracking number? And are you able to ask them for faster shipping for free? It's not going to be one of those customers to deal with. And so I think that there is a value to treating your better customers better, not necessarily treating your bad customers or your new customers worse, but favoring the repeat good customers, I think, creates more repeat good customers, because those people are most likely friends with people that are like-minded, and you're going to create a customer base of better people. And I think that's one of the traps a lot of businesses get into, is that they find these good people and then they try to, ring them for their dollar. And I think that's a dangerous game to play when you find someone good and you're like, I bet I could squeeze another penny out of this person, rather than I bet I could squeeze, another reference or referral or something from this person. I would rather have them send me someone else and have to fix one of their hard problems and get paid, $300-400 than to get the quick 20 today. And, to me that's obvious, but I'm curious on what you would have done if a customer came into your store and had a very simple, 4-minute solution. They walk in and they could have walked out within 4 minutes. Would you have charged them the minimum fee and been okay? Why would you have done that? Or would you have gone my process of thinking that, this is a repeat good customer, I'm going to treat them the way, I would want to be treated if I was a repeat good customer for another small business. I trust my mechanic to do the right thing. I hand on my keys. I say, go ham. Whatever needs to be fixed, fix it. Treat it as if it was your grandmother's. Make sure that I'm good to go. And so I try to be that person for the other people. I want them to have this ridiculous level of trust to the point that they're just like, I know you'll treat it perfect. And yeah, that's what I'm going for. And that's kind of the experience I had yesterday. So maybe, depending on what you think of this, I might try to do more of this type video and see how it goes. Otherwise, we might try to go back to the advice, but you clearly see how well that worked after one video. So that's pretty much it. It's almost 5 o'clock, so I'm going to close and get out of here. See y'all.